Sonnet 9 by William Shakespeare, 1565 to 1616. Is it for fear to wet a widow's eye that thou consum'st thyself in single life? Ah, if thou issueless shall hap to die, the world will wail thee like a makeless wife. The world will be thy widow, and still weep that thou no form of thee hast left behind, when every private widow well may keep by children's eyes her husband's shape in mind. Look, what an unthrift in the world doth spend shifts but his place, for still the world enjoys it. But beauty's waste hath in the world an end, and kept unused the user so destroys it. No love towards others in that bosom sits, that on himself such murderous shame commits. Okay, this is another sonnet by William Shakespeare. This is another sonnet trying to persuade the fair youth to marry and to have children. And Shakespeare is saying that it is the youth's duty to have children. This is something that the youth must do. It's his obligation to share his beauty with the world through future generations. So, is it for fear to wet a widow's eye that thou consum'st thyself in single life? So, is it fear that if you get married you will die and you will leave a widow, a woman whose husband is dead? You will leave your wife crying her wet eyes. And is this the reason why you spend your life being single? Is this the reason why you don't get married? Because you're afraid of making an unhappy widow if you die? Ah, if thou issueless shall hap to die, if you happen to die issueless without children, the world will wail thee like a makeless wife. So if you die without children, the world will lament your loss like a woman who has never got married. So makeless here says unmarried. And here the Elizabethan idea is that all women want to get married and have children. It's the only thing in the world for them. So the world will cry for you like as if it were a woman who never got married. The world will be thy widow and still weep. So the whole world will be like your widow. The whole world will cry that thou no form of thee hast left behind. So the whole world will cry that you've not left children behind. You've not left left a child. When every private widow may well keep by children's eyes her husband's shape in mind. Because remember, every widow, even if her husband has died, she has her children. Her children's eyes remind her of her husband, and she has the memory of her husband in her children's eyes, in the beauty of her children. Look, what an unthrift in the world doth spend shifts but his place, for still the world enjoys it. So an unthrift is somebody who spends all their money. This is a spendthrift, somebody who just can't stop spending, who always spends their money. And here he's saying that if somebody who's a spendthrift, who spends all of their money, the money just moves from place to place. The money is out there in the world, and the rest of the world still enjoy that money because you spend that money and somebody else spends that money, and that money continues in circulation. So if you waste money, you waste all your money, at least the money is still out there circulating and other people will enjoy that money. But beauty's waste hath in the world an end. But if you waste beauty in the same way as wasting money, beauty disappears. Beauty is something that doesn't last forever. It's not something that's from one to another. Beauty only exists if you have children. And kept unused, the user so destroys it. And if you don't use your beauty to have children, then you destroy that beauty. No love towards others in that bosom sits. So a person with this attitude is incapable of loving other people. So no love towards others in that bosom sits, that on himself such murderous shame commits. So somebody who murders beauty, commits the shameful act of murdering beauty, is not capable of loving everyone else. They are selfish, and they are keeping that beauty to themselves. Another thing to actually look at in this is the alliterations with all of these W's. Wet widow, world will wail, wife, world will widow weep. Yeah, so there's lots and lots of alliterations with W's. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 9 by William Shakespeare.